Hi, thanks for joining me today. My name is Kristen with Kristen Crafts, and today I am bringing you the second process video in the Let's Build a Page series. That is our special guest, Janet with RTS Scrapbooking. So today I am going to be completing the layout that we put together. That is the travel theme. Now I am taking the matte paper that was from Amy Tangerine, and I'm using that as my background, and then I'm going to take the 4 photos that I have that I took when I was on Guantanamo Bay base, and I'm going to cut those down. Now, I really wanted to squeeze all of them in, but I still wanted to be able to tell that in the background there was a matte print. So I'm leaving the picture of the floor mat alone because I'm basically going to use that as my title. It's Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. I don't have to put anything on there. It's one of the things I like to do when I'm traveling. I take pictures of signs and I will use those instead of using titles. Then what I did was I cut down the photo of the little mini mart, and I just made sure I got the door and the mini mart sign, and which then shows our pilot walking in. And then the other one that I really wanted to show was the slow iguana crossing. I just think that's humorous to be driving on the base and you see a warning sign for the iguanas. And then what I end up doing is cutting then the picture of the iguana down to 2 by 2. I went through the cut apart sheet that had all the journaling because I do want to write a lot about this, and I found the one that said curious. And again, one of the things that was wonderful about working for this charter company was that we were able to go to places that not a lot of people go to. And so we had a lot of fun exploring. And so to me, being able to step foot on Guantanamo Bay, you're curious to look around. And so I thought that card really represented what took place that day. So I'm just, again, cutting those down. I'm going to use 2 strips of the camera print that was also from Amy Tangerine. I'm going to put those across. Now, what I have found as an easy way to do this when I want to have use just the small strips is I only put 1 strip of adhesive across the top. And as you can see, I put it to the side and you had to correct it. And so basically the bottom of it's kind of is loose. So once I'm able to get those down, then I take my bottom piece, I add my adhesive, and now I'm able to slide it underneath without worrying about hitting any adhesive. I will go back towards the end and I'll actually add more adhesive to it. Also, because I only put 1 small strip of adhesive across the camera band, I'm able to slide my journaling card underneath. Now, the other thing I did was I grabbed another one of the journaling cards because my pictures are taking up so much of the background and I still wanted a pop of color. I took the one that had all of the triangles on it and I just cut 2 strips of triangles and pieced those together. Now it looks like one piece that's behind there. Then I took the card that had the stitched hearts on it, and I used that to map my photo of the iguana that I cut down to 2 by 2. And I just kind of put him, he's nestled in under the iguana crossing, and I think that's going to work. The other thing that I wanted was this, for my inspiration, I wanted to use those stickers. And so one of those was the memory recorded. And I was able to kind of get it so where it's kind of bordering that photo of him because it is kind of a lot of the story is the cute little iguanas, and it's almost like they're the mascot of the base. And so now I'm trying to get my clusters kind of together. So I'm working on the bottom right hand corner. I take the cut apart that I had. I want to say that was from Atlas, and it says adventure this way, and it looks like an airport luggage tag. And then I took the other one that I believe maybe Maggie Holmes, and it says flight number destination. And I'm just going to put those at the bottom, and then I'm going to take part of that orange paper that I used for backing the iguana photo, and I'm just going to put that across the bottom and trim that off along with one of my sketchy cameras. Now I'm moving up towards the top and kind of flipping between the card and the top. So as you can see, I put the Everyday Explore, and I think this kind of all comes together of curious, explore, and then record the memory. And so I'm going to put that up there. I have my viewfinder up top. I think that came from a My Mind's Eye paper that I fussy cut all the viewfinders out of. I found the tag that says once in a lifetime, and I'm also using the camera that came from my inspiration stickers, which were the Amy Tangerine ones. Now, I'm also going to take a lot of those hearts, and I'm going to sprinkle those also in all of the different areas so that the hearts are spread out throughout the layout. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just kind of finishing it up with the hearts and things. Oh, I'm trying to find where to put this airplane. I really wanted it on there because, again, it really represented. And then I thought, okay, airplanes fly. I can put him anywhere. I don't have to have him attached to anything. So I just put him as if he was going over South America, which is kind of, if you go a little bit north, you're in Cuba. And then I did the little sketchy lines to represent it flying, and that works. If I had some kind of an item that doesn't fly, then it wouldn't make sense to have it floating in the air. Birds, airplanes, clouds, you don't have to attach them to anything because in real life, your brain understands that these things float. So now I'm just doing my journaling. It's just saying working flight from Virginia to Gitmo was an experience I'll never forget. The approach over water was amazing and beautiful. Once there, the grounds crew gave us their van and we could take it over to the PX. Also fun to see the base mascot, the large iguanas. And so it's short and sweet, but it will jog my memory and I will always cherish, these experiences that I had. So now I have to, add a little bit of florals on here. So I am going to fussy cut out a bunch of the florals and I'm going to sprinkle those around just to give it another pop of color. So while I'm doing that, I just want to remind you, make sure that you leave a comment on my videos and then you'll be entered into the drawing. It's going to be 2 weeks after the video series is done to give everyone an opportunity to watch and comment, and then I'll use random.org to pick a winner of a $30 gift card to Scrapbook Your Joy, which is a Canadian company, but they do ship internationally. And then I am also going to, make sure that you also go and check out Moira, Janet, and Christy. They are each doing giveaways. Christy and Moira are doing the giveaways on their channel. One is going to be, Moira's is to Spiegel Mom Scraps, and Christy is to the Confessions of a Paper Addict, which is cut files on Etsy. Janet is doing something different. She's doing it through the Facebook group, Love RTS. So make sure if you're not a Patreon, you go and hop over there and get all the details of what to do to join in on the fun. If you're not a member of Janet's Patreon group, I highly recommend it. For $1 each month, she gives you tons and tons and tons of inspiration and information. And she does this out of the goodness of her heart. And I just adore her. So I'm so grateful that she reached out to us and asked if she could play along this month. I know that Christy, Moira, and I are having a blast, and I hope you guys are too. So since I've been talking, I've gotten most of those cut out and I've kind of been peeking them around. I've got one floral in the top. I have another one in the bottom corner. And now I'm just sticking one between the tags. And the last thing I'm going to do is go and grab some yellow enamel dots. I didn't have any pulled out, but I still have my embellishment cart next to me. And so I just went into my yellow drawer and grabbed those out. And I think the yellow really pops off against the green. And that's going to be it for my layout. I want to thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. And again, make sure that you comment down below so that you're entered into the giveaway. Here are some close-ups, and we will see you again tomorrow for layout number 3.